Hi, I'm miltonchang with Bonsai Heirloom. I'm working on two elms and wanted to show you elm is really one of the best material. And today I work on two elm trees. This is a Chinese elm, parvifolia. That's a normal kind. That's got the interesting mottled bark. And this one is actually a Chinese elm also, but it's called Hokkaido elm. But the scientific name is still parvifolia. And it's a cork pine from Hokkaido because I think it developed cork because the weather is very cold and severe. I want to point out that elm is probably, people think of as a common tree. It is because it's very hardy and it's used for landscaping. You know, if you implement it well, that's one of the best bonsai material. In fact, that's one of the most popular bonsai material in China. And so we want to promote elm because for beginners, it's easy to maintain and you can clip it very quickly. It will grow back for you to clip again to change your design. So it's really good for practicing. And they're very hardy, so they would stay alive for you for a long time, especially with our patent pending pots and or the proper implementation. So without further ado, I'll quickly demonstrate how I can update and refine these two bit overgrown bonsai. Frankly, 4 weeks ago, they were pretty bare, but they shoot out very quickly as the weather warms up. So spring is here. And so I need to clip it probably every 2 or 3 months to let the tree grow a little bit, to strengthen the tree, and then also to shape it, because each time you shape it, you increase ramification, increasing curves to make the tree more interesting, showing the age. So let me work on the standard parvifolia, which is this one, which was grown in the ground for about 10 years, and this been a pot for 7. So it's under 20 years. You can see it's a very substantial trunk. It's interesting. And I can probably repot it, reorient it to make an even better presentation. And this one, it's from a big, very tall bonsai. You can see the corking, but it's a section of it. And if you look at on this side, you can see this is all empty out. That's only a piece of it. So you can make this the front to show the interesting feature, or show the other one more like a clump without seeing the whole. So you have a choice of either one or the other. And I think it's pretty interesting. So let me work on each one of them. This for sure, it's way too long. So I'll just cut it off without prejudice so that when I work on it, I can see where I'm going. Okay, so let me work on this one. So for these bonsai, there's really not much you can do about the base. So I'm not going to worry about the roots. I'll do a little fine tuning later on, but start to work on the top down to maintain the shape. So you want to create, again, a triangle if you can. This is the middle, and you can see this one is coming up, a very little bud. So that can become the apex. It will grow very quickly. In about 2 weeks, it'll be this tall. And so you got to have a little bit of vision of what it will become and start clipping. So this will become the apex, and then these will be all going down. I'm cutting this to increase the ramification. Not going to be worrying about too much detail. I can always fine tune it later by wiring or otherwise. So yeah, this side is definitely longer. So I want to keep this side a little bit short. So I'll clip accordingly. You can see this is a little red leaves. That means this tree can potentially have red foliage in the fall. But that depends a lot on the weather condition. So when you even buy one that says red foliage, It may or may not be red the first year or two, whatever, until the weather conditions right before it will do that. Because by and large, they turn kind of a uniform yellow. So I'm just cutting off the redundant branches to clean it up so when it grows out, you can see the structure of the trunk. I think some of the old bonsai photos are really beautiful, showing how healthy the tree is, but you can see the darn trunk, which is a bit annoying because that's really where the beauty is, because it shows the age. You know, every tree is green, but not every tree has the beautiful trunk. So I like to keep my trees relatively sparse. So to each his own. I'm not saying I really admire the bonsai book bonsais because they are truly magnificent. But on the other hand, I prefer to see the trunk a little bit more. I wish they can thin off a little bit and get really beautiful trunk because they've been at it for 50 years or something. This one wants to be going out a little bit more, so I want to leave this a bit longer. And so that gives you the triangle asymmetry to be more artistic. Just pull off all the bottom branches because trees then don't grow downwards to create the nice pad eventually. Okay, I'm done. Look, you can see this is a nice venerable old tree. This is one front. This could be a possible front. Either one could be very interesting because of the mottled bark. You see how the coloration, that's called lace bark elm. Got the red color. You can see either side is a nice looking tree. And I think this may be the front to show this white width. So, you make adjustment until you get it right. Yeah, okay, this could be an interesting front. Look at that. So that's a triangle. So now let me do the next one, which is, again, very quick. This, again, is air layered from an old dying bonsai. In fact, the middle is all hollow out. And so, in fact, I made into two or three or four different size cork elm. They cork very nicely. So let me try to thin it out to kind of recreate the intended design and see what it looks like, for you to see what it looks like. So again, this is the apex. So let me start with the apex down. So I think this could be the apex, but let's see what happens. Let's see, if I cut it here, this one will do a little jog coming out like this. So that would be okay apex. This one is there, so I cut it, clean it off. And I really need something to come out that way, so let me encourage this branch to take over so it will cover this hole. It's hard to see before you have the branches all clean up. And this tree is not particularly strong. It's healthy but not strong because it is in a somewhat shady area, because in my bonsai court, it doesn't get full sun all the time. So these are deciduous trees. They can be kept indoor for a brief visit, but they should be really kept outdoor. This is about the third trimming, so it gets more civilized with each trimming. So we shall see. So that side is done. It's very sparse. It will fill out fairly quickly. I think I'll make this the apex. So I'm just cleaning off all the leaves so I can see where the tree is growing. And in the meantime, keep in mind that I want to maintain the triangle for asymmetry. And I will put this tree in full sun so it will grow healthy. It will grow strong, that is. It is healthy but not very strong, but not very vigorous growth. It's a little bit like a skinny lady that's then trying to keep the diet low. Well, that's pretty much how I would do for now. Now I want to show you what the tree looks like. I did 2 elm. This is the standard Chinese elm, which is called parvifolia. And this one is actually a Chinese elm as well. It's actually a Hokkaido elm. And you can see it's corking very nicely. But the point I want to make is that this is our pre-bonsai that comes in a 1-gallon pot. And if you let it grow in the 1-gallon pot, over time, the trunk will thicken. This is the same tree about 15 years ago. I planted the little seedling, cutting like that in the ground, and then started cutting it as they grow and forcing the branch to grow. So that created a nice taper. Every time I cut it, it goes from this to this. Then I cut it again, it goes from this to that, and so forth. So that's how you create a taper of a upright tree from a standard one like that. It's interesting that elm will branch out very nicely. So in this case, I show you this is a air layer from a part of an old tree. And then you can see this side, it doesn't show the hole. And then the other one possibility is if I tilt it, you can see this is actually a cascade. And that will be a very interesting cascade, which I'll do afterwards, put it in a tall pot. So elm is the most popular material in China. Don't think it's too common here. They are common because they are hardy, easy to grow. But on the other hand, there's elm and there's elm. It depends on how you implement it, how you take care of it. Old elm that's done well are really incredibly beautiful and incredibly valuable. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you next week. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. Subscribe to our channel and tell a friend. And most importantly, go to our website and sign up to become our VIP so that we can send you announcements of special considerations. Thank you very much. See you next week.